Come on. Come on. Scratchy boy. Yeah, look at you. Get back in here. Oh, fucking. Whatever. Okay, that's worked. There we go. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Do something cool. Is it what? It's just awakened. Well, no shit. Like, yeah. That's usually how these things work. I mean, I woke up more like an hour ago, but, you know, I'm like fucking Neanderthalic primal in that first phase, so I just stayed in bed for that at least, but I was trying to wake up a little bit, and yeah, ready for work and all that shit, which I pretty much am. Unless I just put my shirt on, just fucking going, but fuck that. Yeah, it's a fucking Friday. Ugh. That's the thing. That's just great. Man, fucking mosquito bites. You know what? I know this helps, so fuck it. Fuck it. There we go. That actually does help. At least for me, personally, putting a flame over a bug bite like that, up until it starts stinging, actually, at least for me personally, helps address the fucking itchiness of it. Because now it doesn't itch anymore. It's gonna be Madhouse. Don't fucking remind me. Even if affordable housing discount is still over $8. That's honestly not bad. I mean, $8 for your internet bill ain't really that bad. I mean, that's how much my fucking phone bill is right now. Which I guess includes internet. One gig download speed. That doesn't seem like much. You think that I feel like these days 1 gig of download speed isn't really much at all. My God. Okay, cool. So it's pretty good down here where infrastructure is shit. I mean, fair enough, I guess. It's one of those things where I, wouldn't know outside of just like 1 gig just seems like it's not much. But I guess considering for Alabama that is. It's the best one I've had personally. Is it really? I could go they that in Wait, what? I could go they that in Owen and in So what? Yeah, what? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. What the hell happened there? You butchered the last little bit of what you were trying to say. I could go they that and what? Yeah, I don't know what the. Yeah, the sentence gave me. I tried. I attempted, and I feel like I failed. I might need a round 2. Found a Hinekami thing is Stellaris. Alright. I'll check Discord in a second. It's actually kind of cold in here. It's supposed to be hot and balmy as fuck, and it's actually kind of cool in here. That's JBL. It's fine. I mean, I will admit it's, like, had a couple beans before. I mean, just mostly just because, like, the little edges right here, every now and then will kind of pop. But all I do is just like, I mean, they're not like, some that just like is permanent fucked or whatever. It's just something that could just pop back in. It doesn't even affect it really. It's just every now and then it like falls off the edge right over here in this corner, so. But still fine. I've been meaning to get another one just so I can at least like next time we come back over this way, and then I can at least, give you one or the other. And at the very least, maybe have a backup in case. Until further notice. What'd you do? So basically doing the galactic custodian thing here or something? Gonna try to get cash out. Right on. Yeah, I have one, but I want to, but I need to like change it a little bit. Like there's at least like, because like if you were to send cash app to me, it would be under like my actual name. And I don't want it under my actual name. I want it to just be under my alias, for here. If I do. So then if I do put it down below in descriptions and stuff like that, then, it's not going to accidentally dox me. So, as soon as I switch that around or figure out how to do that, then I'll at least have that down there. so you can pay. Yeah. Yeah, because if you get, yeah, once you get Cash App, then I can already, you know, do that with you anyway. But at least for, like, more public donations type of shit, you know, for, like, here, that would be a little different. I guess I could set up 2 Cash Apps. A personal one and then, like, the channel one. Actually, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, actually might not necessarily be a bad idea. That big nice PayPal. Yeah. Which also is under my real name. Or else I'd just put that, you know, as my fucking, you know, donation thing too. Google Pay's good too. I don't really use Google outside of just, like, using it to help log into things. Or, like, set up accounts. I don't really use Google Pay. I mean, I have it as an option, but I've just never used it. Honestly, in a way, for me, like, the less random little places that my money could possibly be, the better a little bit. Borrow 500 bucks. Do I look like I have 500 bucks on me, like, right now? Dude, I barely made 500 on my last paycheck, bro. I make between, like, 450 to 500, depending on how much I work. I mean, well, 420-ish to, like, 500, give or take. We all know who you really are, Andrew McSchmeckeldorf. Shit. I found out my real last name. Fuck. Wait, did I say 500? I meant $5. Okay, $5 is certainly more reasonable. But still, like, what? I'm not like a bank. Oh. So I wonder where the dog went, of course. Laundry room. Not surprised. Sounds like my dad's home. Yep. And now the dog's going off. Because he thinks there's a stranger. Dog. That's interesting. Anheuser-Busch sells Breckenridge Brewery. Wait, is Anheuser-Busch actually taking like a slight hit since that Bud White bullshit? So now they sold a brewery? I guess they have a new owner from what it says. Anything what it says on it?
Come on, give me a break already.
Okay, there's like not even any comments on it, really. There's a few. One just says, let them collapse, and the other one's like, Canadian Pot Company. And that's literally it. Okay, well, I guess no one cares that they sold off some random brewery, I guess, whatever. They own a fucking monopoly practically on breweries anyway, so I see it as good just because now it's basically diversifying the, like, kind of brewers market, but I guarantee it's probably owned by, like, one of the other bigger ones, like Boston Beer or something. Austria, not Australia, surprisingly. Austria? Spider with erection, induced bite, shuts down supermarket, but owns this store safe. Oh, I know what spider this is. I know what this is about. Yeah, there's like a Brazilian spider of some sort, because most bananas, I think, come from Brazil, and like, you know, Latin America and shit. And the spider that, you know, does that, it's not really intentional, like, it doesn't make you horny, literally. It just, like, it literally clots your blood. Like, the venom of the spider will clot your blood, so thus, like, it will cause you to have an erection. unintentionally. And from what I understand, like, I mean, it's, I mean, like, from what I understand, like, the spider can potentially be life-threatening if you don't treat it. Like, because some people have, from what I understand, died from that. I mean, granted, it is, like, you know, like a spider that really is, you know, fucking, yeah, like, more exceptional of a threat, you know, if you get bit by it. Like, pretty much any of the spiders that are around here, for me personally, it wouldn't be an issue. Like, there's, like, rustic wolf spiders, there's, you know, like, and, you know, like, you know, orb weavers, jump spiders, stuff like that. So, and none of them are harmful. Like, if anything, rustic wolf spiders, like, I mean, if you see those big bad boys, which they can be about big, I've actually shown a few on stream when I've, you know, seen them wander around in the garage. And, I mean, like, if those motherfuckers were to bite you, it would hurt, but they wouldn't, like, cause anything life-threatening. Imagine a Spider-Man that shoots webs out of his dick. Spider-Man PS5, he's 18. How about this? Miles Morales is still a teenager. How about that? Because 18, 19 is still teenager age. It's just that technically he's qualified as an adult too. So how about that? He's very legal. Speaking of Miles, look how they murdered my boy in his hair in the latest trailer. Huh? They murdered your boy? What does Miles, like, wait, did they, like, spoil something and Miles dies in the fucking, like, oh wait, he's about, it looks like he's about to drop an emo rap album? Wait, what the fuck? Fucking emo rap out. Okay, hold on. You gotta send me a picture or something. You gotta show me what the fuck you're talking about. Pink's is sick. Wait, Santy's kitty? Oh no, not Binks. Oh no, he's not eating. Doctor says Bink's behavior is definitely abnormal. They're gonna run some tests on, but he might need to see a neurologist. Damn. Poor little Fluff. Oh man, poor Stancy's been dealing with this for hours. Like, she's, at least so far, it looks like, you know, one of the initial posts about it was like 4 hours ago. Hopefully you just ate a Lego on accident or something. Yeah, you know, hopefully, you know, the cat just accidentally ate something. Because that happens sometimes, like, you'll get, like, you know, a cat, you know, like, or a dog. Like, even my dog, you know, has accidentally eaten stuff and has kind of been abnormal for, like, a day. Or like 2 at most, and then you'll be fine, you know, because he has like an upset stomach and isn't feeling well, but...
Accident, he eats everything he can get his mouth on.
I know, that's what, I mean, yeah, like, shit, I mean, honestly, he's fucking, I mean, he hasn't really been that bad about it lately, actually.
Well, that's because we have no more cords left.
Okay, okay, he hasn't even touched a cord in like over a year. Oh man, my god, you're never gonna fucking let that up. But at least just in general... The most recent thing oh my fucking god, whatever. Like, the most recent thing he only got into was like my pepperoni sticks, but that was because of my own fault.
Yeah.
At this point, like, if it gets into anything, it's because of my own dumbass leaving food out. Like pepperoni sticks, so...
I stole one of those and discovered they're very hard to chew with no teeth.
Well, those ones were a little... I mean, usually when I get them, they're not really, like... They were a little more stiffer than usual. I mean, because usually they're not really that stiff, but... I think it was just because they're, you know, probably a little older or something. I mean, they were still good,
Yeah,
but...
yeah, it was still good. It was just like, okay, these are really hard to dumb down.
Discord. Well, okay, Venom, dude, you realize I have other things happening here. I can't just immediately look at something, like, at the very nanosecond something sent. Looks like one of Carrie's emo trap rap. Not really. Wait, this is what you're talking about? Not really. He looks like some indie, like, fucking pop punk dude. An emo trap rapper? Nah, like, he looks like some indie pop punk kid. Like, he looked like he would start up, like, an indie pop punk, you know, that does mostly ballads, talking about how, like, I don't know, fucking, like, how, you know, it's too foggy in the morning, you know, when he's out at the waterfront, and he wishes that the nice sun, you know, will beam down on the flowers or some shit, I don't fucking know. Like, I mean, that's the vibe I get off of it. Looks like the black version of a broccoli cut. Honestly, like, the broccoli cut kind of transcends race, though. I see black people with broccoli cuts and white people with broccoli cuts. I feel like that's not really a black or white thing, though. I don't even know who started that shit, but whoever did is a fucking idiot. Like, I know that much. Fuck whoever started it. I don't care what color they are. Whoever started that broccoli cut should immediately regret it. It's spreading. Wait, so do only white kids in your area do it? Because I'm being serious when, like, pretty much any Zoomer, black, white, Latino, otherwise, or mixed, or anything will have a broccoli cut. Not all of them, but, like, it's a very common hairstyle for younger people who are, like, younger than me. Anyone younger than me will probably likely have a broccoli cut. Either that, or, you know, maybe, like, you know, some other shit, you know, like, yeah, maybe, like, I don't know, like a crew cut or whatever the fuck, you know, just stereotypical, just hairstyles, I guess. It's this bastard's fault. Who is it? Warheads? The Warheads? Dude, what if it really did started with the Warheads, dude? What if it was this motherfucker who did truly start it all? I remember those, man. Honestly, like, they were good, but they weren't as, like, sour as I thought they would be. Because it would be, like, super sour, and then, like, sweet, and then it would be, like, mildly sour, and then sweet again. I don't see any white people online with it. Well, you must be a lucky fuck, then, because, I mean, where I live, it's pretty common. I mean, I won't say it's, like, absolutely, like, every human being I see has it, but, I mean, like I said, anyone who's, like, a Zoomer who's, like, you know, between the ages of, like, 15 to, like, 22, there's a strong chance they're gonna have a broccoli cut, and like I said, it don't matter if they're white, black, or otherwise, like, I mean, their chances are they will have it. I mean, it's something that, you know, it's just kind of transcended. I mean, honestly, I will admit, there are, like, every now and then someone who looks like they can actually rock it, at least around here. Every now and then, once in a blue moon, but most people just look like fucking dorks with it, dude.
That would be this month.
What?
The blue moon this month.
Okay. I knew that earlier. I saw something about that a week ago or something. That's what I was talking. I was talking about broccoli haircuts.
That's why I got married.
It's not just my favorite sour candy, but just favorite candy in general. Oh, sour Skittles?
Get married once in a blue moon.
I mean, for Skittles, I would say they're definitely, you know, king. I don't know about sour Skittles specifically, though. I don't hate them. I mean, they're just not the ones I go for. I usually go for, like, the tropical ones, you know, or something like that. I think the main reason is just because, honestly, I've never really been a big thing of sour flavored, like, things, really. Not that, like, you know... Not that, like, any fucking, like, specific flavor is, you know, like, of sour is bad. It's just that, you know, I just, like, it's one of the flavors that is, like, really stimulating to me. Like, the slightest little sour will be like immediately. It'll be like, oh god, whoa! So, I mean, honestly, you know, it's like, just because of that, I never really, you know, go for sour that often. Like I said, it's not really because I don't like sour flavor shit. It's just, it's too, like, it's just a little too overpowering in comparison to other flavors. I mean, that's why I love flavorful, like, foods when it comes to things like spicy or sweet and savory. But sour, that's the one that overpowers me a little bit. Like how Venom might, you know, talk about how, like, certain flavors or certain things are a little overpowering, you know, when eating it. That's how I am with sour shit. Or, like, plasticky textures. Like, that's why certain cheeses I can't vibe with at all, especially ones like American cheese and shit. Like, I mean, and a lot of it's mainly because of texture thing. So, you know, I'm a fucking weirdo when it comes to that type of shit, honestly.
Okay.
I just will admit, though, at least I ain't lose Venom about it. At least Venom is expanding, though. He doing some Jamaican rice and beans, you know, some other stuff. Like, you know, he's expanding.
Down to Christmas. It's Curly's out, so...
Okay. Well, knowing Zukov, I don't think he's going to go in here anytime soon.
No, but I don't know, you go to work or something?
Yeah, I go to work later. Well, yeah, I know, to close the door. Yeah.
Close the door, or make sure there's no dog food in here.
Well, Zukov...
If he doesn't eat it, I don't want him to have another, like, $500 vet bill.
Yeah, no shit.
Because cat eat dog food.
Is that Discord thing?
I could go for $300 and put him down.
Let's see, huh? Where is it? Do not move a muscle. Got some dobies, and you got this cat just looking like a fucking gargoyle statue.
Close
Nice.
the inside door when you leave, and he should be okay.
And those dobies look like some sweet boys. They don't look like they're, you know, threatening. They just look attentive. Ready for some treats. Goofy dog. Okay, so what's going on for a tube here tonight? Ooh, there's a new notification ready for Onion Nuggets once that happens. I'm just gonna make sure I am notified once that happens. And there we go. Straight porn. Straight. Ooh. But what makes this straight, though? I mean, I feel like anybody, you know, could get into this. Mmm. Yum, yum, yum. Is there caramel in there? It looks like just caramel in there. Ooh. That seems like a new little, thing. I mean, there's cookies and cream, but cookies and cream with caramel garnish? Ooh. Little drizzle on that bad boy. Let's go straight in your mouth. Ah, I see. That I actually totally can see. Did you hear Ohio rejected abortion restrictions? Good. And yes, I did hear about that the other day. I didn't ever watch anything about it, but yes, I did see it. and it was fucking based. The fact that, like, these forced birther fucks, you know, are just panicking because, like, every time they try to, like, push this via legislator and shit like that, they just fucking fail. It's just like, man, I fucking love it. Which also just shows, like I've said in the past, like, even some conservatives, you know, when it comes to, like, abortion rights and shit, even they don't want to go to, like, as far as just do full bans. You might get people that might have, like, oh yeah, I think there should be, you know, after a certain point, you know, restricted, blah, blah, blah. But even then, like, I mean, you know, it's just like, you know, they're more open to exceptional cases like medical emergency cases or stillbirth, stuff like that. So it's like you'll find people that generally have, like, genuinely more of a mixed, like, you know, position about these things, even as conservatives. You know, so it's just, and honestly, it's just like, I mean, when you get, like, you know, essentially full bans or just, like, full-on attempts to just, like, you know, make it, you know, so restricted that it's, like, you know, only legal within, like, the first 8 weeks, and even then, you know, a woman's chances are ain't gonna fucking know that. You know, yeah, so it's like, I mean, it basically just heavily, you know, puts an ultimatum for a lot of people that might be, you know, more leaning on the idea of being restrictive to it, and because they would even recognize, like, I don't want to totally restrict it, because what if I have a certain thing that happens? Or they might know someone that's had a, you know, experience where it's like, yeah, this would actually make it harder for, you know, my daughter or, like, my sister or whatever the fuck. Like, I mean, when it comes to having a medical treatment or something. Like, I mean, this is also, like, when it comes to these abortion bans, it's even affected people that don't, like, have any kids or want kids, you know, in the sense that they're not, like, getting pregnant. Like, you know, they just take certain medications that are also used, you know, as abortion pills as well, and, like, straight up, you know, will get restricted, you know, on those medications that they need to take, because it also happens to be, you know, something that aids in abortions as well, as a medication. Because, you know, God forbid that a medication is used for multiple purposes. Because, you know, that's totally unheard of. Like, a medication that can be used for various different things. Wow, who would have fucking thought? But it's not like these fucking conservatives give a shit. Okay, this fly is really wanting to land here and, like, set up shop. Alright. Looks like your fucking wing's fucked up. That makes it easy. Yeah, get fucked, asshole. That's right. Fuck you. Bitch. Can't tell you how satisfied that was. I bet his wing was damaged the last time I tried fucking it up. But I decided to, you know, take one little buzz around here too close. Big mistake, bitch. That thing's bigger than Texas. Yeah, including their stupid egos. I feel like Texas and Ohio slowly role reversing. Yeah, they kind of are. Like, Ohio's, like, suddenly becoming, like, a pretty significant swing state, and Texas is just solidifying itself as red again. It's like, wasn't, like, Texas the one being the purple state? And now Abbott and pretty much all the fucking conservatives have solidified that is sure shit ain't gonna happen anytime soon. Same with Florida, because Florida was doing the same thing there for a minute. And then DeSantis is basically just, like, solidified it as a hardcore red state, you know, like, after, you know, he took charge. Because it means we'll have more fetuses to barbecue in our satanic bonfires. Oh, that also reminds me. Next cult gathering, I was thinking Mesquite, Hawaiian. What do you think? I feel like just because of, like, what's going on in Maui, I feel like that'll be a little too soon. Unless we could do maybe, like, a fundraiser drive with it, then, you know, it's like an honor in, you know, in helping them. Yeah, I don't know. We could probably make it work. We can make it, like, you know, something that's, like, you know, in solidarity. What's going on there? You don't know what's going on in Maui? Dude, like, the island of Maui, like, burnt to a crisp. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, half that island's just gone. Like, I shit you the fuck not. There's like 50 plus deaths already. What? Yeah. I'm not even. Yeah. Maui's face. Yeah. Noah Samson, I guess, put up a little post about it. In the town of Layana has been decimated. Just utter. And this is, by the way, the town. It's gone. It's just gone. I mean, it's just fucking insane, dude. Some people displaced, resources desperately need to consider donating funds. So there's some funds right here. But yeah, like it's like half this fucking island's practically just gone. When this happened, like literally like a day or so ago. Like, it just came out of nowhere. Like, there was, like, a Pacific hurricane in the south, and that brought up a lot of crazy winds up north, which obviously passed over Hawaii. And I guess there was, like, a small fire somewhere on Maui, and that literally just caused everything to be engulfed out of nowhere. Just suddenly. Because, like, I mean, it like, because it really did catch people by surprise. Like, no one was prepared for it whatsoever. That's why, like, you know, most of the island's just gone. Because no one was ready for it. Like, there wasn't any attempt to, like, you know, prepare it, you know, and, like, you know, trying to stop it or anything. It literally was just caught totally off guard. I mean, to be fair, especially when a wildfire starts, I mean, you don't necessarily, you know, you can't really be, like, on the ready, you know, with that shit. But, I mean, like, it was, but usually you kind of get, like, an idea. It's like, oh, there's the smoke over there. Sounds like a fire starting. It wasn't even like that, where it's like they at least have a little time to get ready. Like, it was just like, oh, fuck, there's a fire. Oh, shit, it's on our, oh, fuck, we're burning down. It's like, it was like that, basically. It was like, oh, shit, there's a fire. Oh, shit, now there's a, oh, fuck, our town's burning. It was like a oh fuck, like immediately after the other. Like there was just no time to prepare. It was just insane. I think some of the fires are still going on, but at this point, like so much of the fucking island has just been burnt now. There isn't really much burning now, but here, let's see if there's anything like, you know, as most updated shit. I guess there's like a whole live update thing. Yeah, Delhi just had a massive landslide and, like, hundreds of people are dead and shit. Yeah, that's what's going on now. Yep. God fucking damn it. Yeah, okay, I'm actually not too sure. I think Venom's joking. Because I generally don't think that's the case. Here, well, here, there's, like, some live footage shit right here. Doesn't want me to full screen it, I guess, because it's being dumb, but...
That continues to go up. It was at 53.
Here, let's see if there's, like, actual... Jesus Christ, this has been going on for hours. And I guess it's just, like, random statement shit, I guess. Oh my god, wow. Okay, well, thank you for... Okay, there's something.
Capacity to take someone in from...
Yeah, I guess it's just... Okay, this live feed is mostly just, like, news coverage shit. Wait, what, they did? I'm just being an asshole? No, I was kidding. I don't think that actually happened. Unless you unintentionally, like, you know... Venom turned out to be correct about the landslides. Wait, are you serious? Wait a minute. Are you... Wait, really? No, are you serious? Wait, okay, hold on. Are you serious? Emit... Projectile. Any warrants of landslides in these states for the next 3 days. Oh my god. The India Meteorological Department has issued a warning for landslides caused by heavy rainfall until the 14th. Oh, dude, can we not win? Venom, you just, like, unintentionally just, like, were accurate about something. Holy fuck. What the fuck? We can't even do it. This is like how absurd reality is. We can't even make jokes like this anymore because, like, wait a minute, or we're being distasteful of something bad happening right. God damn it, there is. It's like, we can't. It's like, son of a bitch, man. Man, how about, you know what, fine. How about, like, some Titanic seafood, you know, culinary cuisine or something? How about that? Is that too soon? How about some, like, billionaire-style chum? Will that work? Actually, that sounds very disgusting. Let's not actually do that. Billionaire chum sounds really fucking gross. At least it's pre-tenderized and pre-seasoned. How about Korean barbecue? Hold on, is there anything going on over there? Outside of the typical geopolitical garbage that happens? Which Korea? To be fair, which Korea, that is true. But the thing is, like, I mean, outside of the typical geopolitical bullshit, like, I mean, what, is there actually anything going on? I don't think so. Because usually the only thing that happens over in Korea is usually just saber-rattling shit that happens back and forth. That basically never goes anywhere. So, I mean, outside of that, I don't think there's anything going on, so I think Korean barbecue is okay. I don't think anything in Japan, so like Japanese style, you know, cuisine, yeah, I think would be okay. Wait, it's okay, wait, how did this fucking thing start again? I mean, kind of, but at least morale is high. What? K-pop concert for 40K scouts following major floods. Well, that's cool. So I guess there was a bunch of, so they had like some, you know, major floods and storms, and whose global jamboree was disrupted by the weather. Friday's concert. World Scout Jamboree? Huh. Well, okay. At least, you know, they're, you know, getting their shit figured out, I guess. So, you know, not as bad. I made a joke about that. Oh, yeah, that's right. So, honestly, we got so deep into, like, you know, the different styles of flavor, you know, with it, that I kind of lost track of that one. It's like, oh, wait, what are we flavoring again? Oh, yeah, that's right. You know what? The whole premise of the joke was already morbid to begin with, so why are we worrying about this? Why are we worried about if we're being too edgy about what flavor to use? We're worried about that, but you know, not about the fact that we're cooking up dead fish. Salmon catch. I saw it. I can't really access it right now. I mean, well, I guess I could, but I'm not. I'm not gonna do that on stream. And, you know, at least for your own privacy. In fact, here, let me just make sure that your shit's, you know, doesn't accidentally pop up on screen for any reason. There we go. That's good. Oh my god. Well, I don't even have money in my account yet. Like, I need to fucking, like, you know, cash that in and all that shit first before all that. So, sent you a PayPal request for $500. That's, no. I texted it to you. I know, I saw it. I literally said I was notified. I took it off the screen, actually, just to make sure it doesn't accidentally pop up for any reason. Also, just because I someone accidentally dox you. Though, I feel like that probably wouldn't necessarily be that bad of a thing anyway, just because, like, it's like, what? People see that, and then they're like, yeah, let me send you money. Looks really the same now inside from the obvious size difference. Elon saw the tweet, guaranteed and nuked him. If you had a time machine, would you be able to go back and do what needed to be done? Looking at the Elon baby and what, you know, just and just get nuked. You know what? Yeah. I would, yeah, I would. It's like, oh, would you go back in time to, like, you know, stop Hitler when he was a baby? It's like, yeah. I mean, granted, it'd probably be a worse guy, you know, down the line, but you know what? Like, hey, at least it ain't that motherfucker. And who knows? I mean, just because there's a worse guy down the line doesn't mean that, you know, that guy isn't, you know, like, that guy's capable of, you know, doing the same shit. Might be worse, but what if he's not competent enough, you know, to fucking gain power? So, you know, there's that. Might be more, you know, regionally violent, but, you know, but gets quelled down. Who knows? You don't know. You don't know the fucking variables. You don't know what could fucking happen. Speech has never been freer. Also, Elon trademark. Oh my god, yes. I am saving this right now. Oh my god, that is beautiful. That is art. Oh my god, the memes. Oh my god, that is beautiful. Wow. Okay, we gotta bask in that for a second. We just gotta bask in this for a minute. That is beautiful. That is just fucking beautiful. We just gotta, we need to bask in this glory for a minute. That is beautiful. It looks like his age has to age once in like 50 years. Granted, he probably has had work done. The question is, did baby him have a man face, or does adult him have a baby face? I'd say adult him has a baby face. I mean, look at this fucking Karen. I mean, look at him. You can't tell me that's just like a baby face that is just like stretched out in a human adult head. Because it pretty much is. Like, this dude is really is like the most misshapen human being I've ever seen. And that honestly is saying something. Like, I feel like his face is like the least misshapen out of everything, but if you see this dude's like, you know, torso, like, oh my god. Like, Trump is like misshapen as fuck, you know, just, you know, as much, but honestly way more so in his face. Like, Elon's more misshapen than the rest of his body. Like, I mean, his face not as much, but everywhere else, yes. Like, I mean, that's kind of why I feel like, you know, Musk is actually worse, because you might not necessarily see it when he's wearing a suit and shit, but take all that off and, oh god, it's a whole fucking nightmare going on, dude. And you can even tell a little bit, just looking at his face. I mean, you could just tell it's just misshapen and just like, is one of his eyes like misaligned or something? Oh my god, wait a minute, does he have a lazy eye or some shit? Is one of them cockeyed? I just noticed that. Is it? Wait, I feel like there is. I feel like he has like the slightest cockeye. Oh my god. Not that that's a big deal, but I mean, holy fuck. What does Zuckerberg look like under the human mask? Way more human than this fucker. Because he's just like a human-based android. Like, he's an android that looks human. Like, I mean, there's a difference. This is a reptilian trying to look human. Zuckerberg's just an android that looks like a human. Like Data. So, I mean, you know, you probably just look like an average human down there. Limphao, what's this? Musk nerd. Oh, yeah! Look at that. Oh, God. See? Yeah, his face hasn't really changed, but look at that. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Okay. Can we bask in the glory again? There we go. Oh, that's better. That's way better. Ugh, I forgot that existed. Ugh. It's like, how's he growing hair? Like, you know, as he ages, dude. At that haircut. Dude, like, that honestly shows how much, like, fake, weird misshapenness that he is, doesn't it? Like, I mean, even here, like, obviously, like, the Karen haircut's photoshopped on him, but you could tell that his head is not the fucking same as right here. It honestly really isn't, because he's, like, misshapen it so much by adding fucking who knows what to his head. Like, ugh. We need to at least have this up for just a little bit longer, just to, you know, flush out our system with that disturbingness. Because this is just fucking beautiful right here. This is just fucking beautiful. Last link, I must warn, contains the discuss spare site. Like to wish you'll want to squish on site. When's it going to be landlord season? Salesman Claps to Chipper. This baby could abolish so many landlords. True. Oh, this?
Occasions. Guys,
I'm an annoying piece of fuck. I should probably be thrown off this balcony, but I'm very annoying, and no one wants to be near me, so no one will do the honors. Hi, I'm your typical parasitical landlord. How you doing? Dude, honestly, this guy's got some... Does he have a filter on? Like, why does this guy also look misshapen? Why do all these weird parasitical fuckwads look misshapen? Is it just because they're, like, they live aliens that have just, like, snuck into, like, you know, our zeitgeist and into our planet?
have I ever evicted a single mother out of one of my properties? Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, I'm a piece of shit. Of course. Because I'm a bougie asshole, and they didn't make me money.
Occasions. Guys, there's nobody protected in my portfolio. The elderly, the disabled, the single moms. And this...
And referred as a portfolio. Wait. Is he like saying that the apartments are a portfolio? Okay. Yeah. Throw him off this fucking balcony. I'm not. Dude, this guy could how high do you really think that is? That has to at least be like 100 feet up in the air.
Why?
Just saying.
I'm buying in secondary and tertiary markets. These are small places. If I start getting
small places, bitch, I'm looking behind you. That don't look small. These places don't look small, motherfucker. What are you talking about? Excuse me? And also, where's your fucking railing for your balcony, dude? Like, it looks really easy to fall off that. I'm just gonna continue to emphasize about that. Because, yeah, that looks really easy to fall off of. I don't see no railings or nothing. Like, is he just, like, perfectly just, like, behind it? Like, to where you just can't see it, or what?
the single
Oh, there it is. Okay, I guess there is a railing.
mom with 3 kids, guess what? They start telling their neighbors.
Maybe it's glass.
Yeah,
well, it's not glass, but honestly, it barely really looks much like a railing, honestly. It looks like, what, like a 2-foot railing? Like, I mean, a toddler could probably flip themselves over off of that.
his own policies. Oh yeah, you can pay Tom's rent late. And before you know it, the entire community that you're renting Section 8 in doesn't respect you as a landlord or as an investor, and you're never going to get your rent on time from it.
Wait. They never did in the first place, bro. Like, I mean, what do you mean respect? Like, as a landlord, you're never respected, bitch. Like, what do you mean? Like, you actually genuinely think people respect you, you fucking parasitical piece of shit? Like, I mean, you're lucky that these motherfuckers don't just genuinely fucking throw you off the edge of that balcony, bitch.
People.
Like, I got strong urge, too.
Case in point, about 3 months ago, I got a call from my property manager. Hey, Mr. Tom, I got a tenant here, Miss Carla. Miss Carla, if you're watching this, sorry, I'm not sorry. She has...
Hey, if you're watching this, go fuck yourself. I hate you. And you're nothing but a unit for me.
Rent in 2 months. We've given her multiple warnings. What do you want to do? So I went back, looked at her records, and sure enough, we've offered her to buy her, cash her keys, to be able to get her out of the property in exchange for money and her security deposit back. She stopped responding.
Yeah, because I guarantee you that it was more of a fucking form of coercion and extortion and a threat, more so than, some sort of, like, opportunity that you were giving her. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, I mean, honestly, the only response this guy should get is like, how high do you think you can survive a fall? Like, that should be, that should be the only fucking thing that should be, said to him. How high do you think you can survive a fall? Because it seems pretty mighty high up here.
An eviction notice, 3 weeks later, $200 in legal fees, and she's out on her ass with an eviction on her record.
Yeah, so you ruined someone's fucking life, because you're a piece of shit parasite. Yeah, yeah. How high do you think you can survive a fall, buddy? And will you be a pancake at the end of it? Or, will you just kind of look like a weird, jumbled, misshapen, even more misshapen, than you already are of a human being, by the time you make that fall? Or will you just pop like a zit? I'm kind of hoping for popping like a zit. That's kind of, what my bets are on, but, winners can't be choosers. Yeah, Molotov cocktail. Yeah, I mean, dude, see, yeah, but, your tenants respect you as a landlord if you basically just act like a total tyrant. It's like, yeah. Honestly, like, giving them chances and, like, honestly being reasonable with, a tenant being like, hey, I understand that you're behind rent and stuff like that. What's going on, Let me try to help you out if you need to, because I understand that, you probably got a lot of shit going on. Like, that would actually gain genuine respect from a fucking tenant. Because you're not just trying to put them out on their ass just because you're looking for a buck. But, I mean, like, and honestly, like, there has, at least during the pandemic, I remember there's been, like, a rare exceptional story or two about people, like, where landowners, in apartments have actually generally have helped their tenants because they realize, like, yeah, with the pandemic going on, all this other shit, like, why am I going to fuck them over? Like, I'm getting fucked over by this pandemic too, just as much as they are in a way, so, we're all in it together, basically. I mean, there are some very rare exceptional cases where you might find a motherfucker like that, but that's kind of the fucking issue, is that that's super rare. Because being a landlord, it doesn't incentivize that behavior. It incentivizes being a parasitical, utter scumfuck like that last dude. That's what it incentivizes. Hope those boys go for being a noise smug douche. I'm trying to find a way to creatively say what I want to say, but it's starting to get really difficult. So, I think we'll just kind of leave it with that. Should expect retaliation. Honestly, that motherfucker is going to get retaliation, at one point or another. So, I mean, it's only, like, because there has been times where tenants have generally, granted, probably already not stable, but, there have been times where tenants have genuinely, like, gone, like, postal on their landlords and shit because of, like, attempting to get evicted and shit like that. It's not exactly unheard of. And knowing that motherfucker, I mean, the one day he decides to show up for an eviction, with, like, what his little pal of, like, fucking mob thugs and shit, then that's gonna be the day he's gonna fuck around and find out and try it out in a small town. Eviction is legal violence against the poor. It is. I mean, it really is just straight violence against the poor and shit, because you're violently, like, I mean, it's like like Derek Jensen has said it in the past before. It's like, when it comes to it, like, because our entire state is based off of violence, especially when it comes to, housing. Because, I mean, think about it. It's like, do you pay rent? It's like, yeah. What happens if you stop paying rent? Chances are, I'm going to get warnings and eviction notices and stuff like that. And guess what happens after that? Well, somebody with a gun, aka a cop, is going to show up and be like, hey, guess what? Kicking you out. Eviction notice, bitch. And, guess what happens if you refuse? Well, they're gonna fucking violently throw you out. And all your shit out, too. And if you resist that, well, guess what? They're probably just gonna kill you. Or arrest you. At best. So, I mean, fundamentally, like, when it comes to our fucking system, it generally, like, straight up is based inherently on a violence. That's why I say as a tool when it comes to bringing it back up, the chain, honestly. It has its merits. You should have some Hellraiser shit done to him. For Gaddafi. Oh, Jesus. Look what you done, bros. Now we're all, like, getting revolutionary status over here. Here, see what our little things are on. There are little fun things we can look at. Hashtag we were there. Hashtag we were there for TJ's thing. Which, I did super chat a couple onion nuggets ago about like, is that going to be anywhere? And TJ might make that a DVD. And honestly, I'm just like, all right, fuck it, I'll buy it. Honestly, I don't even care. So I would totally buy it just so I can hear that. I want to hear that like entire rant / discussion that they had afterwards. I wish they would have kept the discussion part of it and maybe like, you know, been selectively censorious of that. And just like, you know, but, you know, whatever. I mean, honestly, considering, like, considering the conversation in itself, I mean, it's, you know, that already was, you know, skirting edges. But to be fair, I do that a lot over here anyway. But I'm more small fry, so it's, I guess, a little easier to get away with, I suppose. Still try to, you know, mind my keep, though. And that's why I try to at least refrain from going a little too far. Blu-rays are the future. Well, I'm sure TJ also is kind of more or less meaning Blu-ray, but whatever. I mean, either way, it's something that'll, you know, from what he says, he's just going to have to make more physical content and just release it that way. Guess I've only read DVD. Well, I mean, there might be Blu-ray option, or maybe it's like a Blu-ray / DVD. I don't fucking know. I mean, I'm only giving the answer that TJ gave. You know, so, I mean, it's like, I mean, if you got, you know, a complaint, tell that to Tej. Which is, I guess, a good opportunity later, because Onion Nuggets is going to be on at 5. So, I mean, just saying. Xbox will, though. Well, hey, at least got something, then. Got an Xbox that can do it. That lazy fucking dog. Of course, as soon as I, like, look right back at the chat, it's just another horny post. Jesus, oh my god. Man, bruh.
Tonight is a...
Here. We're just gonna use this opportunity to delve into another fun. Another fun! And yes, another fun. Going primal with our verbiage now. Another fun! More video. Can't think of a Nintendo pun. Hold on, I'm conjuring something, hold on. I'm thinking of something. Sexual Nintendo pun. I mean, the only thing I'm really thinking of is something with Tendo, but not with the Nin part. Because honestly, like, the way I'm thinking about it, I would have to flip it around. Nintendic. Okay, alright, that actually just might work, just because it's just so fucking absurd. That honestly might work, actually. Gotta get my Nintendic all up in your Nintendo, baby. Oh my god, there it is. I think that's it right there. It is so fucking cheesy and so goddamn absurd and schlocky that it might just work. It's one of those, like, it's so bad it might work once, you know what I mean? Like, it's so bad it's good. Like, I think that's it. I think that might be it. Good Nintendo, this Nintendic. Oh, man, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think we're starting, yeah, we found it. We figured it out. See, I was conjuring something, and then, you know, all it took was just a little extra brainstorming from some other minds, you know, to really, you know, get it together. It took a moment, but we figured it out. Are you switched because you turned me on? I think, the Nintendo, this Nintendic is, better. Actually, I think, you know, hey, you want Nintendo on this dick? I think honestly just doing the Nintendo part is, like, because for, like, tending to, or, like, so I feel like, just leaving it at that is probably better. Want to play a little Switch on my Nintendo? Okay, you know what? That might work too. Okay, I feel like it's interchangeable. I feel like either way it might work. Clitendo. Oh, Clitendo! Oh my fucking god, there we go. Holy shit. Now we got, like, the best of both worlds going on here. Want to play around with my Clitendo Switch? Okay, yep, that's it. We got another one. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Alright, yep. Yeah, we figured it out. We alright, yep, it took a minute. It took some brainstorming, but we got some good ones out of that. Nintendic, Clitendo. Dude, we got some good ones. Alright, that was some good shit right there. I like it.
Victory for democracy in Ohio. The majority still rules in Ohio.
Woo! Good shit, yeah.
So by now I'm sure that most of you have heard the good news, but on Tuesday night in a special election, Ohio voters resoundingly rejected Issue 1, which for those unaware was a brazen attempt by the state's Republican Party to subvert democracy, all in an effort to defeat an upcoming ballot initiative that would expand reproductive rights in November. Now, what they wanted to do was make it more difficult for citizens to amend their state's constitution by raising the vote threshold to 60%, as opposed to a simple 50 plus 1% majority. Now, this ballot initiative would have cemented that. And they cynically chose to hold this special election in August, even though literally earlier this year, they effectively banned August special elections, citing the cost and low turnout as part of their reasoning.
I didn't know that part. So they're like, these August special elections are meaningless. We're just gonna basically ban it because fuck that shit. Oh, wait, let's do a special election to try to subvert democracy. Oh, wait, it backfired on us. Oops. Like, oh my god, these hypocritical fucking malarkey bagged fucks.
They chose to violate their own law to capitalize on low turnout in a brazen effort to push through an undemocratic amendment that would increase the odds that they would defeat this upcoming pro-choice ballot initiative. So their desperation here is palpable, but they're not wrong to think that they'd lose if they didn't rat fuck this election. Because as NBC News reports, abortion rights have won in literally every single election since Roe v. Wade was overturned. Just over a year ago, Kansas voters rejected an amendment that it would have eliminated the right to an abortion.
And of course, you got a lot of these other states. Ohio's up there. You got California, Kentucky, Michigan, Montana, and Vermont. Which not all of these are hardcore left states. Like Vermont, California, sure. But these other ones are either more mixed or kind of red leaning. I mean, Michigan is more blue leaning, I guess. But they're kind of like I'd argue a more bluish purple leaning state. But, all in all, it's pretty much been cemented that, like, even if there is no longer, like, a federal protection, pretty much, like, the people have been satisfied with those protections and are now essentially codifying and solidifying that type of shit into state law, or into the state constitutions, even. And, I mean, it's, like, so, I'm, like, here, I'm imagining at least one of these was probably codified it via the, yeah, right here, Vermont passed it as a state constitutional amendment. California, state constitutional amendment. Ohio, making it harder to pass it, or like rejecting it basically when it came to that. So, like, that's still protected basically. So, I mean, all in all, like, there's legit, a lot of variables that, are essentially codifying or solidifying this stuff into state constitutions just as much as it is just solidifying it to law.
On November 8th, abortion rights won in all 5 states where it was on the ballot, notably including red states like Kentucky and Montana.
Don't you want to be late? I'm scheduled to 3:30. I got time to kill. We're gonna watch this, okay? Jeez.
Purple state like Michigan, and Ohio is now the 7th state.
Don't be like, don't be concerned, throwing on me now. I'm very well aware what time it is.
Reject attempts to restrict reproductive rights thus far, and this doesn't even take into account the Wisconsin Supreme Court election held in April, which was largely about reproductive rights as well, where the pro-choice judge won over the far-right anti-choice judge. Now, as a result of L after L after L, Well, predictably, the Republican Party is in full-blown panic mode, pissing and shitting themselves, trying to figure out a way to get out of this hole that they've dug for themselves. NBC News explained,
I don't know, maybe just, like, fuck off from it and just, like, accept the Roe v. Wade thing and just leave it at that. And just, like, hope that, more of these states don't pass more, protections. That's about as best I can fucking hope for.
the Ohio result tonight...
So make sure you have a good day. Hey, I mean, my day will still be whatever it is, one way or another. But hey, at least, it's a day. And at least I know, we're going to at least be relative stuff. I looked at a schedule the other day, and it's at least, they didn't have to totally fuck us.
On the heels of this...
Unless someone called out, then... Then maybe not.
Michigan and the unexpected loss in Kentucky needs to be a 5-alarm fire for the pro-life movement, Patrick Brown, a conservative scholar at the Ethics and Public Policy Center, tweeted late Tuesday. We haven't figured out both the messaging and the substance to appeal to the voter in the middle, who's maybe
The fuck? God sent the shooter, baby killer. Wait, what the hell? The fuck is going on with these signs? What the hell is going on with this fucking weirdo, dude? Baby... Is this about the... Robert Louis Deere guy that did the Planned Parenthood shitting years back? Because, because that's the only thing I'm thinking of.
Conflicted about abortion, but...
Which, arguably, these motherfuckers, do believe this, by the way, with that sign. Because even Robert Louis Deere fucking thought that. He literally thought, God sent a message via, the gates of heaven, which were strung up with the hundreds of millions of dead fetuses and, that were aborted, and all this other shit. When he described his visions, they were literally genuinely fucking insane and really, honestly, fucking gory as fuck. Not a, sound mind at all.
The idea of
obviously.
Rigid ban, Brown said in an interview with NBC News. The pro-choice side has been really effective at finding language that resonates with Republicans and independents, and the pro-life side has not done the same thing in reverse, and we're seeing the results play out, unfortunately. To me, the most frustrating thing has been the sort of circular firing squad that we've seen between various presidential candidates and some of the bigger pro-life organizations in D.C. about whether or not to push for a federal 15-week ban, he said. Right now, we have to stem the bleeding, and holding to the most purest conception of what it needs to look like, I think, is doing everybody a disservice. So this is very fascinating to me because you have a conservative here admitting not only that they've lost when it comes to messaging on this issue, but also saying that the issue itself has caused intra-party warfare amongst Republicans. And
not really that surprised. Because a lot of them are probably realizing they need to dial it back and probably, be more, back in reality with this. And some other ones probably just don't give a shit or are diehard loyalists of this issue. I mean, it's the same thing when it comes to, some of these other fucking major issues that they're hyper gung-ho about. There is, the whole, woke thing, too, is another issue where there's inter-party factionalization where, a lot of, where there are a decent amount of conservatives and mostly old guard types that think, it's, there's a lot of overreach on that issue, and then you got those like DeSantis who basically do nothing but talk about it day in and day fucking out. So, it's kind of a similar thing going on there, too. And which is why, while it's certainly, the threat of fascism is, it's certainly a major thing. There's a lot of inter-party factionalization going on within that influence and in that rise itself that's kind of stagnating it. That obviously doesn't necessarily mean that the diehard loyalists aren't going to stop doing what they're doing, because of course they are going to keep doing their shit. But it is a lot... It makes it more harder because, with more disjointed organization on these type of issues, then it makes it less likely for them to organize, a bigger movement behind it. And thus, when they turn out, it's way smaller in numbers. And it makes it easier to fuck on them and counter-protest and, push them off to the side.
What they're trying to do currently, as you've seen with the GOP primary, is outflank each other.
Oh my god, I know!
from the right on this issue so they can win with the GOP's far-right base. But the problem is that that's going to cost them greatly when it comes to the general.
Like, I have a time, like, right over here in the corner, right?
And a bunch of Republicans are watching in horror as this happens because they're realizing that this is just a losing issue for them and there's no way around that. And continuing to hyper-focus on this and be very extreme on this issue is going to hurt the entire party. But Republican candidates just won't shut the fuck up about it, and it's making strategists worry. And it's not just the GOP's presidential contenders who are doing this. Remember, in September of last year, right after Kansas voters just rejected the party's first...
Wait, just know me. Oh, hey, ignore, 301, time check. Hey, ignore, it's 301, time check.
Tourism at the ballot box.
Oh, it's about to be 302. Oh, it's 302, time check, ignore, time check, 302.
Graham introduced a national 15-week abortion ban, and even Mitch McConnell ran away from it, knowing that it hurt them in the midterms, and it did. So now, when you look at the GOP and how they're still talking about abortion in the primary, well, they're anticipating another bloodbath in 2024 because they just won't change their rhetoric. They won't tone down their rhetoric, and they won't even just stop talking about this issue, and that's a problem. And they're finally admitting that this is indeed a problem. So this is...
DeSantis on 6-week abortion ban. I had a lot of supporters who were averse to me on this. Wow. Even DeSantis recognizes that this is not exactly a winning fucking issue. Well, hey, DeSantis, it's called shutting the fuck up. Have you ever thought about that?
Going to continue to be an issue for them so long as they keep...
Someone should literally just, like, rip his voice box out of his fucking throat. Not even, like, stitching his mouth shut. I mean, like, finding, like, whatever makes you speak and just be like, just rip it out.
And tripling and quadrupling down, and you have some who are coping and saying, yeah, well, we're just being outspent by...
No, Matt Walsh's afraid of pansexuals. He's afraid of, like, any sexuality that isn't, like, tradcon conservative. Like, I mean... Oh, well... well, there you go, yeah. I mean, I'm not really surprised at all.
The left, and others who are like, voters just don't agree with us on this issue, full stop. So here's more from NBC News. Quote, there shouldn't be any sugarcoating over what happened last night. It was a major setback in what became a very public fight between pro-choice and pro-life groups. Bill Stepien, the campaign manager for former President Donald Trump's 2020 campaign, said on Fox News, quote, this happened in Ohio, which is not a pink state anymore. This is a state that is red. The bigger...
Pink?
Concern is what this means for...
I've never heard that term before. Pink? I've always heard purple state, not pink. Is pink like more of a red-leaning purple state? Like, 'cause I guess that would make sense. I've never heard that before.
Before. National pro-choice groups are at the ready and ready to pound, Stepien said. We know Democrats aren't excited at all about Joe Biden. These groups are going to provide rocket fuel to a pretty unenthusiastic candidacy and be on the ground and be knocking on doors. We're going to be breathing life into a pretty unenthusiastic campaign. It is a sad day for Ohio.
I mean, mainly because, like, when it comes to, like, these local state elections, that's really where the energy of these elections come from. I mean, and I've always mentioned it, but I kind of wish these, like, vote blue no matter who, or, like, electoralistic, lefties and shit, like Vosh, for example. I kind of wish it would, put more emphasis on, like, stuff like this. I mean, because, like, they do emphasize the whole, like, idea of voting and shit, which I don't even inherently totally disagree with. But it's just that the prioritization about where to put that energy, I think, is just not in the right spot. Like, because, at least, for the more, like, the ones that I'm talking about, like, like, I'm just going to use Vosh as an example because he's the biggest one I know that, makes this argument. But, like, he basically puts a lot of that energy into the more national side of politics, like, you gotta vote for Biden, that type of shit. And it's like, well, bro, there's not any enthusiasm for that. Like, you're literally the most enthusiastic person I've met about this, and even then, you're not really, but it's like, that energy should be put into this type of shit. Because generally, this is, like, where I think a lot of the importance, when it comes to voting actually does matter more. Because, I mean, this is where you do actually generally kind of see some results. And actually seeing life being put into, like, what normally would be very enthusiastic, campaign of, of a sorts. because, because of how much of a single issue voter, these Republicans tend to be on these very specific issues, it really does galvanize a lot of, support and solidarity behind, stopping it, really. I mean, so it's like, it's not even really anything that Biden's doing when it comes to that shit. I mean, but a lot of the times it's usually just like a vote to preserve, or at least codify more so than anything else. But that's enough to at least galvanize enough energy to get people out to vote, at least on the local and state level. Because I mean, there's been multiple times where even in special elections where normally there generally isn't that much turnout, where there has been more of a higher turnout, way more exceptionally because of things like this.
For pro-life states across the nation said an unsigned statement from Susan B. Anthony, Pro-Life America, blaming the defeat on liberal dark money that was used to mislead Ohioans.
Liberal dark money. Oh my God.
Silence of the establishment and business community. National Right to Life President Carol Tobias said she was caught off guard by how outgunned abortion opponents were after the Supreme Court's Dobbs decision.
Really, huh?
Frankly,
I didn't realize the leprosy in my face. Proceeds to vote for the Leprosy and Faces party.
So outspent that it's hard to counter the message that is coming out from our opponents, Tobias said. The biggest one for me that I was not expecting were the lies that were being told about women not being able to get treatment, that women were going to die.
Lies? There's been women who I think have died because of this shit already. Or at least nearly have. Huh?
So they're like the dog that catches the car. They finally get what they want after decades of pushing for this, and now they don't know what to do, and they're shocked by the backlash. And you love to see it. Now, that last person was delusional because, first and foremost, women have not been able to get treatment in many instances. I mean, states like Texas are literally being sued by women who were denied care for non-viable pregnancies. And no, we haven't had high-profile cases of women dying, but there's been dozens of women where they've come close to death. Is that not scary enough for you? I mean...
No, it's just a bunch of liberal communist lies done by the liberal dark money, I tell you what.
That alone not get you to at least rethink your position a little bit?
No. To these motherfuckers, no, not really. Unless it directly hits them themselves, which, even then, they're just gonna be backstabby little fucking weasels and be like, nah, I get to have this treatment, but not you, bitch. Like, I mean, that's basically what they're gonna do anyway, so, yeah, no.
Of course not, because there's a plethora of laws that would end abortion tourism so women can't travel to other states to get abortions. So they accuse us of hyperbole and fear-mongering, yet they do everything that they can to make the worst-case scenario become a reality. I think that it's good that women haven't died yet, but it shouldn't have to come to that.
I mean, honestly, I'd argue there probably has been. We just don't really necessarily know about the cases yet. I mean, or they haven't, gone reported or, been considered, death of, some other cause. But I honestly wouldn't necessarily be surprised if that honestly has already happened.
What we've said would happen has already been happening in multiple states. But putting that aside, they know that they're in trouble. They've dug their heels in too hard, and they're now getting what they wanted. But the problem is that it's not panning out as they thought, right? It's blowing up in their face. And there's really no winning for them here, because if they choose to ease off the abortion stance to win back swing voters, then they risk alienating their own base. So they're damned if they do, damned if they don't.
Because they're all in the fucking bubble, predominantly. I mean, this is partly why I feel like some of them are so shocked. They're like, what? Because they live in a fucking bubble, and they think like most of the country thinks the way they do, and they don't. Like, at all. And I think, at least to some, that kind of realizes, oh, I'm in a bubble. I mean, does that mean they're going to really change their position on it? Probably not. I mean, honestly. But there are at least, kind of this realization of like, oh shit, we're not exactly, the majority like we thought we were. Oh well, let's make sure that we can still try to get power anyway. We'll figure it out.
They've turned off suburban women, which have been very, very good for them in terms of winning over these swing states. Rust Belt states, for example. So before, they could get these suburban voters by fear-mongering about crime or LGBTQ plus rights, but now these same women who came out for them before, who came out for Trump, are abandoning them because this issue affects them directly, and the GOP is squarely to blame for that. So here's some additional insight courtesy of MSNBC.
Women were very clear in their rejection of extremism in this election, and there's no doubt that our desire, that our demand to get our reproductive rights back is a huge motivating force in this election. But voters, suburban women, are who we represent, and it's just incredible to see these election results tonight. You know, counties in the suburbs that actually went for Republicans in the U.S. Senate and governor's race in 22 are voting overwhelmingly no tonight. And we're also even seeing that in our sort of
Why is she really kind of annoying me for some reason?
more rural counties too. It's just incredible.
It's like, oh my goodness, like she seems robotic, honestly. Like, I mean, it is. I mean, what she's saying is good, but man, I just hate these, like, you know, mainstream news punditry things because it just seems so fucking robotic, and it's like, it's like, yeah, it's good. It's like, yeah, I like it. Good news, yay! But oh my god, why are you such a fucking robot? And trying to like hone in your enthusiasm in a way. It's like she's trying to be excited, but she's also, like, hiding it or trying to, like, you know, not be too excited or something. It's just like, I mean, I don't know. There's something about that just irks me, and I think it has to do with just mainstream media more than anything else.
These counties.
You have to be toned down. You can't be too emotional, too radical, this and that.
J.D. Vance won by 60-70%. They are voting no too. And in my own county, Cuyahoga County, which is one of our...
curb your enthusiasm. I know, it's like you gotta, yeah, I mean, for real. It's like in mainstream, it's like, hey, I know this is a good thing, but you gotta curb enthusiasm a little bit. You can't be too excited. Because, I mean, she does seem genuinely excited, but she looks like she's trying to curb it a little bit. It's like, I mean, and it just kind of makes it seem robotic in a way. And like I said, it's more of an indictment to the media more so than her. That's why, you know, it's why it just kind of irks me. It's still good news. I ain't dogging on the news itself, but, like, it's just the format of the media and how it just, it's so just, like, fake. It's like, ugh.
Counties where Cleveland is, but also has tons of suburbs. This is one of the places where we had to go big. And in 2022, our turnout just wasn't enough to carry.
Red Wine and Blue founder? Red Wine and Blue. Okay, that's just such a fucking suburban wine mom organization if I've ever heard one. Well, that's probably another thing, too. She just probably, you know, strikes me as like a somewhat mildly annoying wine mom, but at least one that's, you know, I guess good on this issue. I mean, I don't know what her background is, but she is a wine mom. Dude, I mean, hold on, let's look down here. It was down here.
One of the places where we had to...
Red Wine and Blue founder. Like, dude, she is a wine mom. Like, that just straight up is some wine mom shit. Whip Cook soccer mom. I feel like, you know, there's both going on here. She's a lip cook wino soccer mom.
In 2022, our turnout just wasn't enough to carry the state, but we are seeing a dramatic difference tonight. Just turnout is blowing everyone out of the water, everyone's expectations. It is good to be an Ohioan tonight, and I think the ramifications are huge.
Well, that's a rare thing to say.
Just for the rejection of extremism in Ohio, but Republicans, they have gone too far all across this country. It's not just Trump. And this is a big message against extremism tonight.
Yeah. So basically, if polls weren't the wake-up call that Republicans needed to wake up on this issue, then, I mean, these results from these elections should be. But, I mean, again, they're dealing with this issue where they really can't move, because if they alienate their own base, then that's also going to cost them. So really all Democrats have to do is make the 2024 election about abortion. They don't really have to do anything else. You could be a corporate Democrat and do nothing else. But if you make this issue about abortion and you say that you're going to protect reproductive health care, you have an advantage built in. So Republicans fucked up, and they know it. And I enjoy watching them scramble. But if you think they're going to...
I mean, another issue that they kind of fucked up a little bit on is the whole woke thing. But, I mean, that one's still a little bit more trickier to, you know, solidify in a sense. Just because, I mean, not as many normies understand that issue as much. I mean, at least, when it comes to more specific things like drag queens or like trans issues, stuff like that. But at least, more broadly, because, I mean, they've overreached not just with those issues, but also just with the broad LGBTQ community and shit. Like, it's, something that at least has become more palatable for people who, are normies. Because, I mean, at this point, there is a strong chance that, like, some regular person knows at least a gay or lesbian or a bisexual person or some shit. Not as likely for someone who might be, gender nonconforming or, trans or something like that. But, at least when it comes to, someone might be gay, bi, or etc., like, I mean, chances are they know someone like that. And considering the overreach even when it comes to those people, then it makes it at least more easier, to galvanize, that type of support. I mean, granted, maybe not as much, but it's like another one where I'd argue that Republicans have kind of fucked up a little bit on. Maybe not as much, but, I mean, they certainly have overreached on that issue as well.
Of course.
Because, I mean, there's definitely been a lot, of support, on the grounds, and in, at least in certain elections, when it comes to this type of shit. I mean, not so much legislatively, but at least when it comes to elsewhere, I mean, the support's certainly there.
I think that's going to be the case. What we're going to see is more scrambling where they try to gin up different culture war issues to distract you from the thing that you're really pissed off about. But at the end of the day, This thing has a real material, concrete effect on the people who previously voted for them, suburban women across the country. So you can't put the cat back in the bag, right? They can't undo the damage that they've caused.
Okay, there's like a fly back here, and I don't know where, but it's back there and it's driving me nuts.
Royally. So unless there's some other issue that's more salient than abortion, well, they're going to have to live with this mistake unless they choose to change. But again, if they do that, they alienate their own base. So they're just kind of fucked right now. And you'll love to see it, because this party isn't just bad with regard to the issue of abortion. They are an authoritarian, fascistic organization, and the more that they are kept out of power because of their own evilness and stupidity, the better off the country and the world will be, literally.
Yeah, I always agree with that. And considering that they're losing, support left or right on these type of issues, little bits by bit, I mean, it's just, like only a matter of time. Unfortunately, we're still going to have to go for the growing pains, but, I mean, I don't really feel like, their power is going to be, around for that much longer. That doesn't mean, just be like, all right, cool, time to relax. Obviously not, but, still have to go for the growing pains part. Go to bed, I dare you. I ain't gonna go fucking bed. What I will do, at least, is get this last boat loaded and get myself ready for work. Head on out and all that shit. Sleeps all day challenge, difficulty impossible. Difficulty easy, bro. Like, honestly, if I wanted to, I legit could just sleep all day. I could hibernate like a fucking bear, bro. If I wanted to. I don't, because I like getting out and about and doing stuff every now and then. Okay, I do not know where this fucking fly is, but I know that bitch is somewhere back here. And it's so annoying. I mean, I hear it. It is, like, over here, but I don't know where. It's probably stuck somewhere. It must be. I think it's, like, stuck. Oh, wait. I think I narrowed down where it might be. Here, let me use this light. Might not even be a fly. Could be a crane fly. Huh. Oh, I don't see it right off the bat. Whatever. That's somewhere. It be somewhere. I got all sorts of fucking weird shit manifesting in this weird corner. My goodness. Was like the fucking thing gonna show up next? But anyway. Alright, let's call it good. Get myself off to work. All that fun stuff. So, be back around for later tonight, so Peace out, and see y'all in that next one. So,